Hello, hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on the video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do reaction, and we're in the midst of our revisiting week, I guess I can call it. Basically, I'm taking the week to just revisit artists that I haven't reacted to in a long time. And one artist that I really haven't reacted to in a very long time is Mr. David Phelps. I've only reacted to him once on this channel, and it was at least 2 years, if not three years ago. And I've been meaning to get back to him, and I haven't, and we're going to change that now because recently I've had a number of people pop up in my comment section ask me to react to David Phelps covering I Have Nothing by Whitney Houston. And as soon as I saw that that was even a thing, it's not anything that I would have thought would have been on David's radar, but I'm like, okay, let's do this, because David, from what I remember, had this massive, just powerful voice, and Whitney Houston is the voice. She had that massive, powerful instrument. So I am so curious to see what David does with her song. And just from where I have this video paused, I can see what looks like a violin, maybe it's a cello, not entirely sure. It's a stringed instrument. Y'all know I love a good string section. I love a good brass section. So the fact that they're incorporating strings into this already makes me very excited in combination with David's voice. So we're just going to dive in and just see what magic happens.
Take me for what I am, 'cause I'll never change all my colors for you.
I love his vowel shapes.
Take my love, I'll never ask for too much.
It's beautiful cello.
All that you are and everything that you do. Need to look very much further. I don't want to have to go where you don't follow. I won't hold it back again. This passion inside can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hide. So don't make me close one more door. I don't want to hurt.
That little sort of squeak at the end.
Must I imagine you there? Don't walk away from me. No, I have nothing if I don't have you.
I love how open his E vowels are. Beautiful placement. Come on, run.
You see through right to the heart of me. You break down my walls with the strength of your love.
Ooh, that's a nice little.
Of a love like I've known it with you.
You gotta come through with these runs, David.
One I can hold on to. I don't really need to look very much farther. I don't wanna have to go where you don't follow. I won't hold it back again. This passion inside can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hide. Your love I remember forever. So don't make me close one more door. I don't wanna hurt anymore. Stay in my arms if you dare. Or must I imagine from me. Now I have nothing, nothing, nothing.
Look how wide his E-bow is. Love it. Come on, modulation.
I don't wanna hurt anymore.
You better play this cello. Woo! You better sustain this note, sir. Yes, sir.
Imagine you're there. Don't walk away from me. No, away from me. Don't you dare walk away from me. 'Cause I have nothing, nothing, nothing. If I don't have you, oh my darling, you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so before I go on, I'm just going to take it back to that right before the modulation into that last chorus, because I feel like that last minute and a half, minute 20 seconds was magic. Just so freaking good. So I want to listen to it again.
Now I have nothing, nothing, nothing.
Why?
Don't make me close one more door. I don't wanna hurt anymore. Stay in my arms.
The instrumentation right there was so.
Imagine you're there. Don't walk away from me. No, don't walk away from me. Don't you dare walk away from me. 'Cause I have nothing, nothing, nothing. If I don't have oh my darling, you.
Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah, that last minute and 20, minute and 30 seconds was just so magical. Because, like, I feel like for most people who cover this song, there's a pretty standard formula for it. Like, you got the verse, you got the chorus, you got the verse, you got the chorus, verse, chorus, modulation into the last chorus, and then, you're done. So some people, when they're trying to make it their own, usually that part where they make it their own comes somewhere around the modulation. Somewhere around that second chorus modulation, third chorus, or modulation, third chorus. Somewhere in there is usually where people start to really deviate from Whitney's version. For the most part, for the first verse, chorus, verse, that's where they might change some inflections, or they might add a couple runs here or whatnot, change it rhythmically a little bit here and there in the verse, chorus, verse. But for the most part, they keep it pretty true to the original, and then it's usually that either second chorus modulation, third chorus, or just modulation, third chorus, where they really make it their own if they're going to change it. So that's what I loved most about David's performance here, and it came down to just the combination of his voice and then the instrumentation that at that moment, because when he went to the modulation, don't make me close, he hit that note right out the park. I don't want to hurt anymore. Stand in my arms if you can. A star match. Where? What note was it that he held it? Hold on. Okay, the my. When he sustained that my. Stay in my arms if you dare. Except, you know, much higher and much more pleasant to listen to. But when he sustained that my, like, oh, I mean, I wasn't expecting it, which is where I always love to see how people change it up. How they change up that modulation into the last chorus, how they put their flavor into the song at that particular point. So I love the choice to extend and sustain that. And then while he was sustaining that beautifully belted note, the cellist and the pianist underneath him were doing such beautiful, intricate, rhythmic things underneath him. And it was just like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then he came back into the chorus and like, yes, God, yes, God. Just the combination of the cellist, the pianist, and his voice was just such a beautiful, beautiful choice to make. And I loved, like I mentioned at the top, I love a good string section, I love a good brass section. Anytime you incorporate those things, it's always infinitely better for me, in my opinion. So I love that it was just him, a cellist, and a pianist, because I feel like it added this softer nature, this softer, more delicate nature to the song and to the performance than the, you know, typical Whitney Houston boom boom power ballad, beat your chest kind of thing. Does he have the vocals to do the big power ballad, beat your chest kind of thing? Absolutely. But I love that, you know, the incorporation of the cello just kind of softened it a bit, so he didn't have to beat you in the face with his vocals. He could just, if he wanted to be softer at a particular point, he could be softer at a particular point. If he wanted to, you know, belt, he could belt. And what really surprised me in this were his melismas, his riffs and runs. Because like I said, I only reacted to him the one time, and it's been years since I did that reaction. So all I remember from him is just this big, grand chest belt, this big, powerful chest belt, and this expansive range that he had. But I don't remember him doing all these riffs and runs. Maybe he did in the performance, I'm not entirely sure, but that's one of the things that really impressed me in this particular performance, because I just don't remember him having all of those melismas. So the fact that he's doing all these, you know, Whitney Houston-esque melismas, and because in this, Whitney is one of those people who just riffs and runs on the fly, and they're usually very quick and rapid, and just rapidly down a scale or up a scale or whichever direction she chooses to go. So for him to, you know, keep up with those Whitney Houston style runs and just knock them out the park and just slay, like, yes, God, give me my life. So vocals on this were impeccable, and like I kept mentioning, I loved watching his mouth. That's one thing I like about watching other singers who you can tell have some level of training, some level of expertise, and this control over their instrument. I like watching how they technically use their face, use their muscles, use their body. In this case, you know, using his mouth to shape his vowels. He had all of these E's, which are very closed vowels. He had a very wide, don't make me, almost like a, he didn't, at least I didn't hear a vowel modification to where it sounded like a may. Don't make me, which, you know, is something very easily. It still sounded like a pure E, but he had a very wide set in formation for E. So he had all that extra space to just get that E, to get that volume and that resonance out. And it was just beautiful. I loved watching his, and even when that very last, towards the end of the very last chorus, don't walk away from me, don't you? I have nothing, if I don't have you. That have, I noticed, and I don't know if it happened earlier in the song. I didn't pay attention to it there, it didn't catch me there, but it caught me there. That have was very much a like, if I don't have and it was beautiful, beautiful. Like, it's just, that vowel caught me. I don't know if he did it earlier in the song with all the other halves, but that half caught me as a half, and I loved it. Yeah, so I liked watching his vowel shapes. And his voice is just beautiful, but we already knew this. If you're here watching this video, you know his voice is beautiful. That's why you came to watch. Yeah, so I'm very, very happy to be watching this because, like I said, it's not that I didn't think he couldn't sing the song. It's just that the only thing I watched him sing was it How Great Thou Art? Maybe. I don't know. I just associate him with Christian-based music, or religious type music. I don't associate him with secular music. So seeing him sing something that wasn't Christian or Christian pop or whatever, and have it be more secular, I was like, okay, I'm here for it. And he knocked out of the park. He slayed. So very nicely done. So thank you all for your suggestions in the comment section. I appreciate you guys. And as always, if you have any other suggestions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications so you'll be notified when all my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah. And before you guys go, a shout out to my amazing patrons. I can't begin to express how thankful I am for your support. And if you guys would like to join us over on Patreon, the link is down in the description. I love you guys.